Last night on MasterChef Australia.
You're about to embark on the French Team Challenge.
Two teams cooked a classic French menu for two formidable names of the culinary world, Tetsuya and Guillaume Brahimi.
Magnifique.
And while the blue team served up the best and won the reward,
Pilou is waiting for you. Go and enjoy yourselves.
the red team were not so lucky.
Now it means that our whole team will be going into elimination.
Tonight, the red team face off in the fight of their lives.
You'll all face a basic skills test.
First up, it's a race to create the perfect pesto. Then, their culinary knowledge stands between their dream and elimination.
You are one mistake away from walking out that door for the last time.
Red team. 9 of you sitting here. 1 of you will be going home. You know, overall, it was an amazing effort. But yesterday, the blue team just knocked it out of the ballpark.
We'd really done pretty much everything we could to win this thing. I think the blue team just had a couple of cracking dishes that were really way beyond what we'd done.
It's cooked perfect, really.
Red team, it's all down to you now. Not as a team, but as individuals. 1 of you is going home, and it could be you. Take some time now to gather yourselves, go upstairs, and we'll see you back here shortly.
Coming upstairs, we were all just gutted. After a day like yesterday, which was probably the best day I've ever had in a kitchen ever, it's hard to cop at the moment.
I kind of feel like I'm finding my feet in the competition a bit, and it just doesn't feel right to go home from what we did yesterday.
There's still a lot to be learnt. For me, it's really important to stay.
I'm the same. I think I'll be lost if I go home now. I'll just be like... Blue team won the French challenge, so we're off to Pilou at Freshwater for a beautiful lunch and a masterclass. Very excited.
And I'm so happy that I finally made it to rewards lunch, and the victory's pretty sweet.
I'm going to prepare like a Sardinian lunch, and it'll be about 4 dishes. I'm going to do some prawns with fregola and little grape tomatoes. You got a few different colors.
Right.
Then I'll do culunzones or ravioli. And then obviously I couldn't let you come without trying a suckling pig.
This is going to be an absolute feast for the senses, the stomach and the mind.
After a beautiful lunch, we now get to go into the kitchen for a masterclass.
So this is the culunzones.
Giovanni's going to show us how to make the little raviolis.
And then this is the filling. So it's potato, mint, pecorino cheese. And then what do? You pipe a small amount of this onto the dough like this. Pick it up like this. Then you push with your thumb in the back here. And then you start pinching and pinching. Pinch, pinch, pinch. So that's the idea. The more you practice, the more you're gonna get them like that eventually.
We've had a lovely day, but obviously we do spare a thought for the red team. You're just really trying to remain positive for each individual.
This is the first time I've had to don the black apron. You feel very vulnerable because you are one mistake away from walking out that door for the last time.
To determine which one of you will go home today, you'll all face a basic skills test.
This is the way it's going to work. There'll be 2 rounds of basic skills. From round 1, we'll pick the worst 3 performers. They will go through to a second and final round. The person that performs the worst in round 2 will then be eliminated.
There's so many basic skills as a chef, and everyone on the red team is extremely strong. And looking around, I'm feeling pretty intimidated.
But first we must find out what you are making. And the answer? Pesto.
This little green bowl of pesto could possibly send me home. So I'm incredibly nervous.
Here's the challenge. You've got a 10-minute time limit, and within that 10 minutes, not only do you have to produce the same quantity of pesto that I have in front of me, but you also have to choose your ingredients. You've got 10 minutes to do this. That's not long at all. Why? You have to do this the old-fashioned way, in a mortar and pestle.
All that in 10 minutes? Guess they don't call it an elimination round for nothing.
The last thing you get to do is to have a taste, so you know what you're aiming for.
What we're going to look for is this classic Genovese style. We want to see a pesto that's brilliantly green, that's maintained the colour of the herb. We want to see a balance of flavours in the ingredients. They all mesh together beautifully.
We have to make a classic Genovese style pesto, so basil, pine nuts, garlic, parmesan and olive oil. I'm fairly confident with that.
Your 10 minutes starts now.
The time starts and it's a mad rush. It's worse than the Boxing Day sale at Myers. It's just a mad scramble because there's no more friends in this competition. It's just competitors.
10 minutes isn't a long time. Everything goes out the window. Your train of thought, your brain, your calmness, everything goes.
Basil flying everywhere, pine nuts being thrown across benches. We've just got to be on autopilot and make things happen quickly.
I'm chopping my way through the basil, and I'm doing one process at the same time as another, and I've just toasted my pine nuts and thrown them all in, and I realise I've used probably about 3 times the amount I need.
I've snuck in a few cashews with my pine nuts. It just adds a creaminess to the pesto. Hoping the judges aren't going to see or notice. It might just give me that edge.
So most of them picked up pine nuts, but Jake, he picked up cashews.
Yeah, not good. Well, a classic Genovese pesto is it has to be basil, has to be parmesan and pine nuts. That's principally what our pesto was.
There's no winner today. You know, one of my teammates is going home, so hopefully it's not me, but whoever it is, I'll be disappointed.
We only have 10 minutes to make a classic Genovese style pesto. The worst 3 performers will go into a sudden death elimination where one person's going to go home.
Guys, you need more energy. You've got 5 minutes to go.
I'm not even thinking about amounts going in. I'm just going psycho on the mortar and pestle. I know I've got to make a cup, and a cup sounds like a lot. I decide to chuck another clove of garlic in to try and build my volume up.
The whole time I can hear this huge amount of noise. There's 9 mortar and pestles banging on those benches, just going hell for leather.
As I'm pounding away, I can see that my pesto is going too thick and not the paste that I want. As time's slipping away, I'm starting to panic.
You have 1 minute to go, guys. Pressure's on.
I taste my pesto. I realise I've got too much parmesan in it. So now what I have to do is start picking leaves in the last 60 seconds and getting them into the pesto to bring out that basil flavour.
There's about 40 seconds to go. I've got to get this baby into the bowl. I decide to taste it and, whoa, baby, she's got some garlic in there. It's an in-your-face pesto.
You have 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it, guys. Time's up. Step away from your benches.
So 10 minutes is up. Pesto's done. Can't do anything about it now. It's definitely too cheesy.
I've got a cup. I've got the right consistency, but taste, who knows?
You've just completed making a cup of traditional Genovese pesto. The 3 least impressive pestos will earn their makers possible elimination. Let's taste our first pesto, Jake's.
Is there cashews in there?
Tiny amount.
Interesting.
It's nice and green, but the basil flavour's not there. It's dominated by cheese and dominated by garlic. Whoa!
It's in your face.
It's green, it's vibrant, it looks gorgeous. And from a visual point of view, wow.
So much lemon in that. Could be spinach if I close my eyes with a bit of cheese. Can't taste the basil.
The flavour of basil is the first flavour you taste. The other flavourings are there as a support. So the flavours are in balance. It's a good pesto. It's the sort of pesto that I was looking for.
Job well done.
I should be feeling really happy. I'm not. I'm looking down the line and I'm thinking, one of these people is going home and there's not a single one there that I want to lose.
We said from the start what we were looking for is the 3 worst pestos. Well, you're going to cross your fingers, do it now. I'm just about to name the 3 people that failed to impress us with their pestos. When I call your name, I'd like you to step forward. The first person going through into the elimination round is Daniel. The next person is Shani. The third and final person in the elimination round is Courtney.
I'm relieved, but I'm not happy. You know, one of my teammates and friends is going home.
Now, unfortunately, you need to say your goodbyes. For one of these 3, their journey in the MasterChef kitchen will be over.
Work your butt off, okay? You can do it, okay?
I'm really not ready to go home because I don't feel like I've shown the judges what I'm capable of. I'm extremely passionate about food. It's the one thing I feel like I can really put all my personality into, and I guess the search for perfection really drives me.
This is my last chance. If I don't get this right, I'm going home. My food dream is to become a well-respected chef and to own a restaurant that's booked out every night. Cheers, dudes. I really need to be in this for quite a bit longer to get what I want out of MasterChef.
For 12 years, I've been putting all my time and efforts into something that's not what I want to be doing at the end of the day. Pouring beers certainly wasn't on my agenda when I left school. I really do need to stay here long enough to sort out what I want to do.
Shani, Courtney, Daniel, the final round of this challenge will be Name This Herb. Under each of these cloches behind me sits a culinary herb. One by one, we'll lift up the cloches and reveal a herb. You'll be able to smell, touch, and taste that herb, and then have 20 seconds to write down what you think the name of that herb is.
It is my last chance in the competition. If I get one thing wrong here, that's it, I'm going home.
It's time to name that herb. And the first herb that you need to name is...
We kind of look at it and all go, we just cooked with that. But like always, you're worried that there's a trick in these things. Are they tricking us?
Shani, Courtney, Daniel, reveal the name of the first herb, please. All three of you are correct. The first herb is basil.
I'm certainly relieved that it is in fact basil, given that we just spent 10 minutes making pesto.
Well done, fantastic start. It's now time to name the second herb.
I look at it, I know straight away it's mint, but once again, I'm just looking for the trick. I think there's got to be more to this. This is MasterChef, there's got to be more to this answer.
So I'm standing back in my spot writing mint, M-I-N-T, and I can hear Courtney next to me writing something a lot longer. Courtney has written something different, and I'm a little worried because she's not the sort of girl that's going to get this thing wrong.
Daniel, Courtney, Shani, time to reveal your answers.
Shani and Dan have both written mint, and I've written spearmint. I know in the back of my head, I'm going, oh my God, I've thought about this too much.
I hope I haven't been too cocky, and I'm sort of thinking, why didn't I at least just bloody taste the herb, you know?
Well, we've got 2 mints and 1 spearmint. And Courtney, that means that if you've got this right, you've saved yourself in this competition. You don't have to name any of the other herbs. If you've got it wrong, it means that you're walking out those doors tonight. This is the last time you'll see the MasterChef kitchen.
The three of us were all sort of thinking, someone's right here, someone's wrong, someone's staying and someone's going.
Shani, Daniel, Courtney, I can now reveal that that herb that you have named is in fact mint and not spearmint.
I didn't quite imagine this moment happening for a little while in this competition. I hadn't pinned myself as one of the best cooks, but I certainly hadn't pinned myself as number 19.
Courtney, I'm afraid that means you've been eliminated from this competition.
Really disappointing because, you know, she's one of the strongest cooks in this competition and she's a great girl and, you know, we're all going to miss her.
Courtney, what are some of your proudest moments here in the MasterChef kitchen?
I think yesterday, standing in the room, I just thought, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. A couple of months ago, I was pouring beers looking out the window. Never would have put myself in that room, so got to be happy with that.
I hope you've enjoyed your time at the MasterChef kitchen. I hope you've learnt as much as you possibly could. Unfortunately, now it's time to say your final goodbyes and to leave us here at the MasterChef kitchen. Thank you, Courtney.
She's a fantastic cook. She's a fantastic person. She brings such positive energy into everything she does. I think everyone is just going to be devastated that she's leaving the competition.
The hardest part is I just wasn't ready to go. I really felt like I was just finding my feet. Sometimes, well, all the time in life, you need a bit of luck. Today, I didn't have it.
We've been to the reward lunch and we're now back at the house waiting for the red team.
Everyone in that team is skilled.
I know that someone's not going to be coming home and that's certainly something that we all are thinking about.
We hear the clumps coming down the stairs and there's 3 missing. Courtney, Dan and Shani.
I don't think I ever would have picked that as a bottom 3. They're all 3 of those people are really strong cooks.
Oh, Courtney's gone.
The lift doors open and Dan and Shani walk out and there's just a gasp. If I'd had to pick at the start of the day who was most likely to go, Courtney wouldn't have been anywhere near the top of the list.
We all thought Courtney would be here until the very end. She was a great cook and I think everyone's really shocked.
Well, happy you guys have made it through. I mean, seriously, congratulations.
I'm glad to be back at the house, but I'm still quite in shock. Courtney's gone. She was definitely one of the favourites in the house, and I guess me staying on meant her going, and that's never leaves a pleasant feeling.
I'm extremely gutted and disappointed to be back so soon, but coming home does put things in perspective. It's not the end of the world, your mates are still here and your friends are proud of you.
Well done. 3 cheers for Courtney.
I think pouring beers is a thing of the past for me. And not back to the bowling club. Sometimes you need a bit of a push and a shove in life, and MasterChef's given me that little push and shove that I've needed.
Everybody, I'd like to propose a toast to my sister Courtney. A job well done, bad luck.
On MasterChef Australia.
It's the joy of watching George and I cook.
It's time for Masterclass as Gary and George serve up duck 2 ways.
That's all, as simple as that.
And George shows you how to make the ultimate creme brulee.
Gary's gonna love this.
Plus, Justin North shows you the tricks for perfect pork crackling. And the master of Indian cuisine, Kumar Mahadevan, drops by to cook a spicy prawn curry.
Oh, I love this. It's fantastic.